The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers Friday, June 26th. Hope's big reveal changes everything. Brooke and Steffy flip out. The Bold and the Beautiful B&B spoilers for Friday, June 26th reveal that the moment of truth will finally arrive for Hope, Logan, Spencer, Annika, Noelle. Hope has been struggling with plenty of guilt ahead of her debut fashion show at Logan, but she'll have to put that aside along with her anxiety. It's almost time for Dickie Sharp's Harrison Cone designs to hit the runway, so that part won't be a surprise when the Forresters tune in for the livestream. Some models will show off Dickie's best work as Logan makes a splash with their newest collection. Of course, the real buzz will come as the event winds down. Katie, Logan, Spencer, Heather, Tom is looking forward to the epic moment when Hope comes on stage and the name of her line is announced, Hope by Logan. That shocker is going to shake up the fashion world since Hope is switching fashion houses and leaving Forrester Creations behind her. There'll no doubt be plenty of questions about the fate of Hope for the future and what happens to it now that Hope's moved on. The Forresters are sure to face a flood of phone calls and requests for comments after Hope suddenly becomes the center of attention. Logan will get all the buzz they were hoping for while the Forresters presumably deal with dwindling interest about Eric Forrester's John McCook return to couture at his family company. Since everyone will be talking about Hope and her new Logan line, Eric's couture comeback may turn into a giant disappointment. This could lead to some financial trouble for the Forresters since they've sunk so much money into Eric's latest collection. Whatever the case, Hope's big reveal will change everything and leave the Forresters feeling betrayed. Brooke will be especially crushed and outraged over all the secrets that Hope's been keeping. Steffy, Forrester Finnegan, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, and Rich Forrester, Thorsten K., will also be livid over Hope's jump to Logan. The same goes for Electra Forrester, Lania Grace, who'll fume over everything while Spencer Crew Morrow has been hiding from her. However, Friday's B&B episode will mostly focus on the successful event itself and what'll most likely be the cliffhanger, Hope by Logan, announcement that'll rock the Forrester clan. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Hope's stunning news will leave Brooke and Steffy flipping out, so stay tuned. CDL will have all the terrific Bold and the Beautiful spoilers and news you need, so make us your favorite B&B hotspot. The halls of Forrester Creations have never been short on secrets, but Friday's explosive episode promises to shake the foundation of every important relationship in Los Angeles. Emotions run high, loyalties are tested, and one unexpected revelation from Hope sends shockwaves through the families who thought they had everything under control. As tensions continue to simmer between old rivals and loved ones struggle to find common ground, Hope decides she can no longer keep her truth hidden. Her announcement doesn't just surprise the people closest to her, it changes the future in ways nobody could have predicted. Here's a creative preview of what could unfold. Hope reaches her breaking point. For weeks, Hope has carried an emotional burden that has grown heavier with every passing day. She has tried to convince herself that staying silent would protect the people she loves, but keeping such an enormous secret has become impossible. Standing in the design office surrounded by familiar faces, Hope gathers every ounce of courage she has. The room senses something unusual before she even speaks. Brooke notices the hesitation in her daughter's eyes, while Steffy immediately suspects another dramatic confrontation is about to begin. Instead of arguing, however, Hope calmly asks everyone to listen. Her voice trembles at first, but determination quickly replaces fear. She explains that recent events have forced her to reevaluate everything she believed about honesty, forgiveness, and family. The silence becomes almost unbearable. Then Hope delivers the revelation that nobody expected. Brooke is left completely speechless. Brooke has always believed she understands her daughter better than anyone else. She has defended Hope through every difficult chapter and stood beside her during countless emotional storms. But this time is different. As Hope finishes explaining her decision, Brooke's face fills with disbelief. She struggles to process what she's hearing. Questions race through her mind faster than she can ask them. Why didn't Hope tell her sooner? How long has this been going on? What happens next? Brooke's protective instincts immediately take over. She worries not only about Hope but about the ripple effects this revelation will have on the entire Logan family. She wants answers. She wants explanations. Most of all, she wants to know whether this choice can still be undone. Unfortunately, Hope makes it clear that there's no turning back. Steffy's patience finally runs out. If Brooke is shocked, Steffy is absolutely furious. She has spent months trying to keep stability inside both the company and her family. Just when it seemed the chaos was beginning to settle, Hope introduces a brand new complication that threatens everything. Steffy doesn't hold back. She immediately questions Hope's judgment, arguing that the timing couldn't possibly be worse. Every word increases the tension until the atmosphere becomes almost impossible to breathe. Old resentments quickly return. Past betrayals are dragged into the conversation. Painful memories that everyone wanted to forget suddenly become impossible to ignore. For a moment, it appears another unforgettable showdown between Hope and Steffy is inevitable. Ridge finds himself caught in the middle. As usual, Ridge becomes trapped between two worlds. On one side stands Brooke, demanding compassion and understanding for Hope. On the other stands Steffy, insisting that actions have consequences and that everyone must be held accountable. Ridge understands both perspectives. He knows Hope has suffered tremendously over the years, but he also recognizes why Steffy feels frustrated. Trying to remain neutral proves almost impossible. Every sentence he speaks seems to satisfy one woman while upsetting another. The emotional pressure begins taking its toll. Carter watches everything unfold. Carter has become increasingly involved in recent family drama, even when he wishes he weren't. Watching Hope reveal her truth leaves him conflicted. Part of him admires her bravery. Another part worries that the consequences could be devastating. As arguments erupt around the room, Carter attempts to calm everyone down before emotions spiral completely out of control. His voice of reason nearly disappears beneath accusations, interruptions, and years of unresolved resentment. Still, Carter refuses to give up. He believes that even the deepest wounds can eventually heal, if everyone is willing to listen. Whether anyone actually listens is another question entirely. Family loyalties are put to the test. News spreads remarkably fast throughout Forrester Creations. Employees whisper in hallways. Phone calls begin almost immediately. Friends quietly wonder what this latest development means for the future. Some side with Hope, believing honesty deserves respect no matter how uncomfortable it may be. Others agree with Steffy, arguing that difficult decisions often create painful consequences that affect everyone involved. The company once again becomes divided. Long-standing friendships suddenly feel uncertain. Unexpected alliances begin forming behind closed doors. Nobody remains untouched by Hope's announcement. Brooke and Steffy clash like never before. Eventually, the focus shifts away from Hope herself and toward Brooke and Steffy. The two women have never seen eye to eye for very long, but Friday's confrontation reaches another emotional level. Brooke insists that Hope deserves compassion instead of criticism. Steffy argues that accountability matters just as much as forgiveness. Neither woman is willing to back down. Their debate becomes intensely personal. Old family history resurfaces. Past mistakes are compared. Long forgotten arguments suddenly sound brand new again. Even Ridge realizes the situation may already be beyond anyone's control. Hope refuses to apologize. Despite the growing chaos surrounding her, Hope remains surprisingly composed. She understands why everyone feels emotional. She expected anger. She anticipated disappointment. She even prepared herself for rejection. What she refuses to do, however, is apologize for finally telling the truth. Hope explains that living honestly has become more important than protecting appearances. Whether people support her or criticize her, she knows she made the only decision she could continue living with. That confidence surprises everyone. The uncertain woman many expected has been replaced by someone stronger, wiser, and completely committed to facing whatever comes next. A new chapter begins. By the end of the day, nothing feels the same. Relationships have shifted. Trust has been questioned. New possibilities have emerged. Some family members leave feeling hopeful. Others walk away convinced disaster is only beginning. One thing becomes perfectly clear. Hope's revelation marks the beginning of an entirely new chapter. The emotional fallout won't disappear overnight. Brooke must decide how far she'll go to protect her daughter. Steffy has to determine whether forgiveness is even possible. Ridge faces impossible choices that could permanently reshape his family. Meanwhile, Hope prepares herself for whatever consequences arrive next. Final thoughts. Friday's episode promises emotional confrontations, unexpected reactions, and dramatic turning points that could redefine several key relationships. Hope's bold decision places honesty above fear, forcing everyone around her to confront uncomfortable truths and long-buried emotions. Whether her revelation ultimately brings healing or creates even greater division remains to be seen. But one thing is certain. After Hope's big reveal, nothing at Forrester Creations will ever feel quite the same again. Fans can expect powerful performances, emotional confrontations, and the kind of family drama that has made The Bold and the Beautiful one of daytime television's most enduring soap operas. As Brooke and Steffy react in dramatically different ways, viewers are left wondering who will emerge stronger, and which relationships will survive the storm that Hope's life-changing revelation has unleashed.